Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Sam's Rant. For starters, I'd like to firstly apologize that I haven't done one in a while. It's been a rough month and change. I mean, look at my hair, guys. I just did this shit. It's already a mess. It's been a little bit rough, It's been a little bit rough, but you know what? We just lost 4-0 to Brighton. And case in point. Okay, not that I don't know who they are, but it's like, bruh, the bikini nyana tso. Oh my god. So I'm gonna quickly skim through the player ratings, right? I'm gonna go through the player ratings nice and easy. Please don't fall. Excuse me. I'm gonna go through player ratings nice and easy. And then thereafter we will have the proper full discussion of what I believe is wrong at Man United. What is wrong with the biggest club in England, right? Fantastic. Let's start with Dave. Dave, despite him conceding 4 goals, I didn't think he was bad. He really couldn't do much against the goals that he conceded. The first one was just a sublime take. That Castillo strike was just fantastic. Great goal. You could argue he could have done better, but good goal. Good goal, In terms of what's in front of him, however, I really do believe that Varane and Lindelof kind of let him down today. Not to mention Tellez, and I mean Dallo wasn't fantastic, but I felt like he was the only one that arrived into the pitch. So for Dave, I won't even be mad at him. Dave, I'll give him a 6. I even actually have a window open here where I'd already done the rating, so it'll be quicker for us. I actually gave him a 7. Probably because I felt very like I literally posted a status. I was like, "Yo, Ralph, at this point, just play Dave, Chris, and the kids, bruh. Let's just bring on all the kids because wow, hey." But anyway, I'm happy to give Dave an average 6. He was not fantastic. He did make a couple of good saves, but he did concede 4 goals, so that will obviously always drop his score. Moving on to Dallo. Dallo, I will give a 7 because I genuinely believe that in the performance today, he was actually the only one who arrived today. In the first half, he was bombarding, he was running back, forth. He was the one who was actively trying to make something happen. On the other side, Tellez was trying but doing so poorly. Like, there was nothing from Tellez, even defensively. And not that Dallo was good defensively. He wasn't great defensively at all. But at least going forward, he offered us something, which is why I bumped his score up from a 6 to a 7, because I felt like he was man of the match for me today, because he was the only player that actually looked like he gave a shit. You know what I mean? Stressful times. And the fact that Dallo is the one who I felt like is man of the match and gave a shit is also in itself the problem. But we'll get there. Next up is Varane. Varane today, I mean, look, he's a solid defender. Solid defender. But today, I don't know, he wasn't at the races. Him and Lindelof together, they just weren't at the races today. They didn't look like they were there. They just looked meh. I don't know what I was watching. Like, guys, Danny Welbeck, I once called him our special child because he played for us, and not that he was crap, but he was subpar. Hence, he was a special child. He gave them problems today. That special child gave a World Cup winner and a pretty decent defender problems. Enough said. Lindelof, I give him the same. I also give him a 6. I mean, they were just really subpar. Like, they were just really like, I don't want to give them 5s because they weren't that bad, but like they were really subpar today. They were not at the races. Moving on swiftly, Alex Telles 4. Trash. Bums. Did not do anything today. All the attack from Brighton was coming down our left side there, right? Mess. Telles, poor. Shit, 4. Matic, I'll give a 7. I felt like Matic was in control of the midfield for a bit, obviously because Bissouma and Caicedo were a pretty solid combination, and Matic is paired up with fucking Scott McTominay, guys. I am done with Scott. Me personally, done with Scott. I'm done. I'd rather play Fred. I'd really rather play Fred, because Fred runs around and has some tenacity. Even though he can't pass, he does something. Scott, no. As a holding midfielder, no. No more of this shit. No more. If I see Scott McTominay as a holding midfielder, I'm going to lose my shit. Just like how if I see Maguire starting again, I'm going to lose my shit. we'll get to that guy later. Anyway, Matic for me, I'll give him a 7, just above average. Held the ball well. He even made a couple of good, like he made that one drive near the box, made a couple of good passes. You could see he was proactive, you know, you could see what Matic was trying to do. Let me get to his friend. McTominay, 4. Shit. Hiding from the ball, can't pass the ball, making too many fouls. He probably only, he had 5 fouls in about 60 minutes. He could have gone sent off, for all we know. But at the time, mind you, no yellow card, but Chris' first tackle gets a yellow card. Come on, guys. Seriously. Not going to talk about him. Shit. Scott is a box-to-box midfielder. He should not be playing as a whole midfielder. Fuck it. I don't know why Ollie and Sir Alex and your Fletchers and your fucking pundits in the media, I don't know what they see in him in that role. He's not that player. Scott McTominay is a box-to-box midfielder. His strengths are going forward. If you send Scott outside where Bruno normally plays and operates, watch Scott become a star. He needs a Matic to assure for him, but you can't play them in a pivot. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. He's an 8. He's an 8. He needs a solid 6 to hold it down. Now, I like Scott. I used to call him young Scott until I realized how old he actually was. I was like, this nigga's not, he's young. He's not young Scott. Anyway, I digress. Today, he was shit. Fuck it, let's move on. And then we have Juan Man United, Juan Mata. Guys, he was the other potential man of the match, but he just doesn't have the legs anymore, guys. Him and Matic are probably our best 2 players in the pitch, bar Dallo, because Dallo, I felt like he had the most heart. But Mata, obviously, as always, just nice controlled football. We didn't have the ball for like 40 minutes of the game in the first half. We did not have the ball at all. But every time we had the ball, Mata never lost possession. Actually, I'm interested to see how many times he gave away possession. I'm pretty sure it's 0. It might even be -1 for all we know, because he just doesn't lose the ball. Like, even if it's passed to him right under pressure, he can control and get a pass back to a teammate. He's a different class. He's just, like, I really wish we had a prime Mata and prime Matic right about now, man. Shit. So I'll give Mata 7. I think Mata and Matic were probably our best midfielders in the game right there. He did okay. He did really well. But I mean, just they had a better midfield than us. Like, games are won in that midfield battle. Games are won and lost in the middle of the park. Which is why I still to this day don't understand why we didn't buy a midfielder. Like, I love Sancho, nah? I love Sancho. But guys, seriously, we should have bought a midfielder, bro. We should have bought a midfielder. And I'm not saying someone expensive. Look at Basuma today. Basuma is exactly the profile of player that we need. Energetic, can tackle, can pass, and most of all, stamina. That guy touches every blade of grass. That guy is Kante, but slower. If you get what I'm saying. Like he does everything that Kante does, just at a lesser pace. You know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. Alanga, didn't see you today, bro. Give you a 5. Like, I mean, he's a young lad, bro. We can't be relying on the young lads to do grown men's jobs, right? Like, okay, not that it's like a grown man's job. I'm not trying to, knock him or anything. But seriously, guys, like, he's a young lad, bro. What did you guys expect him to do? You can't have a, like, fucking world-beating performance every 20,000 games. No, he's still maturing. He's gonna grow into his own. He's gonna get there eventually. But right now, he's not yet there. So we just gotta keep it moving. So 5 for Elanga. Bruno, I'm still kind of peeved that they don't give Chris the armband, because I don't see how Bruno has deserved to even be on the pitch, let alone wear the armband. Him and Maguire, same WhatsApp group. He's just better than Maguire because he's a better quality player. And mind you, Bruno's one of my favorite players, guys. I love Bruno. I love that risk approach football that he plays, but sometimes we just need to keep the ball, dude. Like, sometimes we just need to, if you can see, that pass is tricky, can't make it, recycle, let's go again. Because when we lose the ball, we struggle to get it back. And then he'll go and press himself, I1, and then there's a gap, they exploit the gap, and chiggy, now it's a goal we've conceded. There's been too many times where that fucking shit happens. I'm done with that shit. Knock it down. Bruno, 5. Sorry, bro. Subpar. I can't do it. I'm big mad. And then, if it isn't the greatest player in the world, CR7 barely touched the ball. I mean, he ran a little bit, but you can see he's probably just looking there like, what am I even still doing here? And you know, crazy enough, last week there was that tweet of Ronaldo said in the cameras, my apologies. He said in the cameras, "I'm not done yet." And then he tweeted and said, "I didn't say that." Case in point. Case in point. I'm looking at him and I'm like, he might just be done, bro. He really might. Like, guys, we can't be the team that makes Cristiano Ronaldo play his first Europa League game being us as Man United, the team where his stardom began. No, man, we must respect ourselves. We must respect ourselves. No, we can't do this. We can't do that to Chris. Anywho, I give Chris a 6 today. He was just average, you know. There was 1 or 2 chances I think he could have netted, but, you know, obviously that's because I think he's a fucking superhero. I couldn't do too much more, but, I mean, no one really turned up to the races today. Like, it was just a very subpar performance. It was just, yeah. And then the substitutes. I'll get to Ralph. Let's look at Fred. Fred, I'd rather Fred started over McTominay because just of how bad McTominay was today. McTominay was really, really, really bad today. Like, he was really poor. Fred came on, he's, you know, put himself about the pitch. He ran around, made a couple of good passes. He wasn't on long enough for me to give him proper, okay, he was over 45 minutes, but it didn't feel like he was. Actually, that makes me talk him down. I was going to give him a 6, but no, shit, you know what, let's not be mean. Let's give him a 6, because he just came on and he did the thing. Like, he didn't do a thing, he just did the thing, you know? He wasn't bad, he wasn't good, he was just, meh. And then, give it to Eddie Cavani. Cavani had that one chance where he could have scored. Great save from the keeper. I don't even blame him for that. He got himself about the pitch as well. You know, he came on and did something, I guess. So for that, I'll give him a 6.5. No, I won't give him a 7. I don't think it's as good as a 7, but I'll give him a 6.5. Also because I do have a little bit of beef towards him right about now, because it's just like, dude, you checked out long ago. When you were talking about you going to Barcelona, you were already out. You were thinking about Spain, living lavish or whatever. So I'm a bit peeved, because it's like, how many games has he played this season? 6, 7? I'm gonna piss us off. I'll give him a 6.5. He wasn't bad. He came on and did something, so at least there was that. Harry Maguire. I'm happy that Harry didn't start. I'd be happy if Harry never played for us again, because in my personal opinion, and Harry Maguire, if you ever see this video, I'm sorry, man. Nothing against you personally, but dude, you are not a pro footballer, bro. And if you are, you're not Man United tier. You disrespected the armband. You're probably one of those players that's always leaking shit in the media because you're not happy about not being picked and how the things are going in the dressing room and how you are being forced to play via Ralph, whatever. I don't see you, I don't feel you, I don't know what you're doing. And the fact that you cost us 18 million from a transfer fee, I don't even want to know what your wage bill is like. I feel like we should be docking his pay. That's how I feel right now about Harry Maguire. To me, Harry Maguire, I've wrote you off, my G. If you come and prove me wrong next year, fantastic. But I will never forget you the spaghetti of when you disrespect the armband and the shirt that you wear. Nope. Let alone the number that you wear. Nope. Anyway, he comes onto the pitch. Does a little bit of some. I mean, what else can he do, you know? There's a little some. Just keeping it moving. I'll give him a 6. And then Ralph today, I mean, shit, guys. Like, Ralph today, nothing great. Nothing fantastic. Whoopsie. Oh, shit, I fucking fell. Whew. Whoops, sorry, that was awkward. I am not even going to try to edit that out. Let it be authentic, part of the scenery. You guys just tumbled down. Anywho, sorry, it's just because my phone's on my laptop. Ralph, the starting lineup was not bad. Like, obviously, we did not anticipate that. You know, the starting lineup was not bad. This is the same team that really performed well last week. However, what came onto the pitch was embarrassimo. It was bad. It was bad. The players just did not pitch today, so I can't blame you for that. However, Ralph, your changes, your substitutes. If I was you, halftime, Tellers off, McTominay off. Those are my two changes. Granted, you don't really have anyone to take Tellers off for, but you could have made a plan, man. Could have made a plan, right? Could have moved Lindelof to the left, or Varane to the left, and then put on your fave Maguire or something. Something could have bought, but Tellers had to go. Tellers had to go. Tellers was playing shit. He had to go. McTominay was playing shit. He had to go. McTominay was playing the invisible man thing he always fucking does. He had to go. Now, I understand if you take off Matic, because Matic, end of the day... Sorry, I'm just going to grab my drink. Refreshing. Matic doesn't have the legs. Neither does Mata, right? So, you know, you're going to have to take them off. But you take them off for like 70 minutes. But I don't take them off as of then, dude. Because that was the only midfielders we had, dude. Bruno was not doing anything that warranted him, you know, doing the things. And the most infuriating thing about that is, if you watch Bruno, watch him drop deep into that number 8 slot, or to that 6 slot, just deep in the central midfield, just after the circle. Watch him there. He collects the ball, makes a pass, stays back, tries to receive. He plays a little bit of a ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And then he'll try to do that Hollywood pass of his or whatever. But at least he's keeping the ball. When you give it to him when he's in that 10 position, further up the pitch, he doesn't even think twice. Gets the ball, boop, dink over the top, or doop, shoot. He doesn't look up. When you give it to him deep, he looks up. He looks. Gauges. Guys, people like Juan Mata, the kind of players that even in those tight spaces higher up the pitch, they'll get the ball, take it and move and look. And then make their little intricate passes. That's how you build the little triangles. Bruno does not do that thing. That's what pisses me off about it. Because now, if I'm Ralph, I'd have said, okay, you know what, man? Scott off. Bruno, you drop. Right? To replace Scott, I would put on... I don't know. You could put on any of the defenders, right? Or you could put on any of the other kids. You put on the defender, you move Dallo further up to cover the defender slot, depending on whichever defender you want to use. Whether you want to use Bailly, whether you want to use... Shit, that's actually it. I don't think you'd put on Phil Jones for this purpose. yeah, definitely be Bailly. So you take Scott off, you put on Bailly, you drop Bruno, you send Dallo further up the pitch, you change your formation. So now we play like a 3-4-2-1. Yeah. And literally, obviously, Dallo would then become a right midfielder. And then you still have your Mata, your Chris, and Thingy on the other side. You know, it's I don't know. That's what I would try. But it's just, this club is embarrassing. But anyway, now to the nitty gritty, right? Now to why we are where we are. Ladies and gentlemen, we just watched Chelsea FC with their new ownership. Right? We need to find a way, some way, somehow. Don't mind me. Some way, somehow, we need to find a way to relinquish the Glazers of ownership of the club. Because at the end of the day, they sat there and they felt that, no, we don't need to revamp the squad. We don't need to buy a new midfielder. Ralph came and said, he came out. And the thing I like about Ralph is that Ralph is honest. Ralph came out and said, yo, guys, I wanted a striker. I wanted a midfielder. They said no. And they did say no. The moment they sacked Ali and they gave Ralph the interim job, they were like, we've written the season off. We're done with the season. And now it begs the question of, what if they brought in that midfielder? Guys, what if we brought in a Chouamini, or fuck it, if we brought Yves Bissouma, for example? What a different club we would be right now, because, guys, our problems are obvious. They're obvious to everyone. Besides the Maguire stuff, if we had a proper midfielder, Maguire wouldn't probably look as bad as he does right now, because we'd have a proper midfielder. If we had a prime Matic, if we had Matic in his prime, whiz. Anyway, we watched Chelsea just, you know, they have a new ownership, whatever, and they play really good football. They look like they're progressing. Klopp just signed a new contract. I don't know what's going to happen with Pep, but, I mean, Man City's safe, guys. They have money. And then there's us. And what the fuck are we doing? We're not buying anyone? Yeah, fine, we're bringing in Eric Ten Hag, but then who's to say that Eric Ten Hag will have control over anything? Ralph came in as an interim coach, right? He couldn't bring his own coaching staff. He couldn't buy any players that he wanted to buy. And then here's the icing on the fucking cake. Our technical football, whatever you fucking want to. Actually, let me Google his title. Let me quickly Google his title. Let me fucking Google his title. Darren Fletcher. What are you, Fletcher? Technical director. Technical director. But he's sitting next to the coach. What fuckery is that? If I'm Ralph and I'm sitting there, okay, I'm telling my one assistant coach, okay, you know what? I want to change the formation. I want to put Elanga on instead of Rashford. He'll probably be like, whoa. No, dude. Rashford must play. What are you talking about? English lad, brought up in the club. He must play. I want to bitch Maguire. No, whoa. Hey, no, we paid 80 million for him. He must play. What the fuck is Darren Fletcher doing on the fucking touch side? What is he doing there? What is he? Is he helping them coach? Then you get all these fucking reports. He's there on the training grounds helping players. He's coaching players. What the fuck are you coaching players for? You should be sitting there fucking coaching. Not coaching, fuck. You should be scouting, being with scouts, looking to get in good recruits that match the system that the coach wants to play. You can't be here also coaching. Who's doing your job while you're doing other people's jobs? Darren, It grinds my tits. It absolutely irks me because it just exposes the club. The club don't want to release control. The Glazers are happy as long as we make top 4. And then guess what? Lo and behold, we're not making top 4 this year. So what now, Glazers? What now? Maybe if you just spent a little bit, like if they asked Ralph, don't you have any cheap Austrian players there? Obviously not Erling Haaland, you know, because Erling Haaland is no longer cheap. But if you know a young lad who's cheap who can come in and do a job, Ralph would probably give you 3 or 4. Probably cost you 10, 15, 20 mil max. Get us into the Champions League. Now you get your interview back. But I guess you didn't ask because you want to give him control. Because you then send your Fletchers there to go and sit there and micromanage the fucking manager. We are no longer a football club. And what's really disrespectful and what grinds my tits the most is that they disrespect our history. They disrespect what we fucking stand for. We are just a brand. We are Brand FC. We're all about social media followers. Which leads me on to Marcus Rashford MBE. Goodness gracious. Had to take a heavy one for that. Let's talk about Rashford. Now, we all love Rashford. Rashford is one of our own. When he came onto the scene, he was fantastic. He was electrifying. He was the next big thing. We were even likening him to Chris because of that technique. He's got that knuckleball technique that Chris has where he makes the ball go, you know? So, Ralph comes in. Rashford is, I guess, becoming a lazy bum. He doesn't want to run around no more. He's telling people like, I can't do that shit. I'm wearing the number 10, which I think was the first mistake we made with Marcus Rashford. We should have never gave him that number 10 jersey. Never, ever never. Marta should have worn that shit before he did. I don't know what he did to warrant wear. That's a heavy number, guys. And to the lesser football fans, I don't know if you know the numbers, right? Obviously, you know number 1 is your keeper. You know, like your 5 and your 4 are your defenders. 3 is your defender. 2 is your defender. 6 and 8 are your mids. Then you have your 10, who's your cam. Your 11 and your 7 are your wingers. Your 9 is a striker. You know, like, guys, there's an importance to the number that you're given. When you take a number, especially a number that's as heavy as the 10. Remember, the 10 is the most important player in the club. That is the goal creator, the goal scorer. Remember who he took the 10 from. Can I get a Rooney? Which, granted, in his heyday was fucking, guys, it's Wayne Rooney, right? Like, voted youngest man in England, but still killing it in the streets. Anyway, I digress. In his latter days, yeah, he was getting a little bit lazy. That's why I dropped him in the midfield, you know, but he was still doing a thing, like, you know. And then you take the number from Rooney and you give it to Rashford. What did Rashford do to earn that? Anyway, fine. Because he's our star boy, right? Fine. Ralph comes in we changed system, which requires a lot of high pressing, that gag and press thing of his, a lot of high pressing, a lot of running, a lot of tracking back. Guys, Rashford does not track back. And a lot of the goals you conceded when he was playing were from his side. Whether you play him on the left or you play him on the right, or from his side. When him and Shaw were doing telekinesis, because Shaw was the one bombarding up and down. When Shaw was not there and he was Tellers, it exposed him. Because now, Rashford was always just standing. He never ran back. Come on, guys. Rashford did not track back. Come on, guys. Guys, come on. And then when you bench him, he gets petulant about it. Now he's like, how dare you bench me? Now, dressing room unrest, leaks in the media. Just so fucking unprofessional. Bruh, does that badge not mean anything to you? Especially you coming from the youth academy of that very same club. Does it not mean anything to you? Hannibal Medri came on a couple weeks back for 10 minutes, and showed more passion and desire than Marcus Rashford. Actually, then literally the whole squad in that 10 minutes than everyone else has shown all season. And obviously, I'm not going to count people like Chris and Dave, because when they come on, they do a job. End of the day, if it wasn't for either of them, we wouldn't have been as far as we are, because Dave fucking saves and Chris saves us. Whether we like it or not, even when he has bad games, he'll make something happen. Something will pop. Everyone else, what's the excuse? Bruno, what's your excuse? What's Bruno's excuse? Signed a new contract, head is down. Wearing the armband today, not talking to people, not shouting at people. Roy Keane is probably just, wherever he is, he's mad. Because, like, guys, there's a standard, guys. There's a standard of this football club. You don't just fucking wear that shirt. These guys, we have the highest earning players. Our players earn more than Liverpool's players. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. They earn more weekly than Liverpool's players. Because we are what? Brand FC. Fuck out of here. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. It is a douche on the history of our club. It is a douche on fucking Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy. Sir Alex Ferguson won a league title with the weaker squad. Do you remember that last year? We had RVP. We had the likes of your Chris Smallings, your Tom Cleverleys, your Darren Fletchers. And we won the league. We didn't win anything else, but we won the league. Because people respected Sir Alex. They worked hard for Sir Alex. You look at Brighton today. Graham Potter, I think, is a good coach. I like Graham Potter. I like his style of football. But today, you saw a well-coached team. You saw a team that listens to their manager and goes out and executes as per instruction. We had maybe 3 games since Ralph has been here where we played relatively well as to what Ralph would have liked us. It was Crystal Palace. It was, who did we just play just now? Fuck, I forget the games. But the Crystal Palace one was the best one because we literally did the pressing that Ralph wanted us to do. It was fantastic. It was great. It was great. Point is, these players down tools a long time ago. They've just been cruising through the rest of the season. They don't care, basically. They're just earning a paycheck. Now it's just a matter of, let me just get out there and just earn my paycheck. And that is embarrassing. That is a humiliation to the club. And I won't lie, I will admit I'm a little bit fuming right about now, which is why I'm a little bit discombobulated. I'm on lie. But I'm big mad. Woo, I'm big mad. Because literally now at this point, we're not going to, we won't even, we're not going to see Champions League, obviously. We're not going to see Europa League. We might not even see we might see the Conference League, but who wants to play in the Conference League? At this point, just play the kids, Ralph. Just play the kids. Play Dave, play Chris, maybe play Varane. And, it's so sad because now we see what Sancho's difference was. Because in games like this, we were playing really shitty. Sancho would come on and change the game. At least we look decent. We look like a club that's actually trying to win a game of football. But now he's obviously ill. And then he has the need to bring on Maguire. Oh, God, guys, Maguire. I just really hope that when Ten Hag comes through, they just give him the reins, bruh. They just give him control. Fletcher must either fucking go get another job and they send Ralph upstairs. Or if Ralph is going to be a consultant, he must fucking actually listen to Ralph. Because, guys, I'm not saying that Ralph is a good coach. But Ralph What is he gonna say in the press conference today? What is he gonna say? I set out the same team that won last week and won well, mind you. We won playing well, and then this week they just decided that they just didn't get off the bus. Didn't get off the bus. What is he gonna say to them? It's not like he's dumb. He sees, I'm trying to do a thing, things aren't happening, and then in his press conferences, he's honest. He even calls out players. Lingard got called out. And Lingard got petulant about it. The nerve. Then obviously we have news about Pogba going to City. And look, I'm not even going to be... Look, he's free next. He's free. He's going for free. If Pogba decides that I'm going to go to City because City's going to give me the same paycheck that Man United was giving me, then Pogba, love you as a player, but less respect for you. Because that's a mercenary move. If you went to go win trophies, you'd go to like a Real Madrid or a PSG. And I'm not saying that City can't win trophies. I mean, obviously they can, but not to your neighbor, bruh. You know, I'd rather you go to like Chelsea or go to Liverpool rather than, you know, then don't go to City. Actually, no, even Liverpool. Actually, no, screw that. Liverpool would be worse, yo. Ah, damn. But I won't be mad at him, you know. I won't be mad at him. We get all this chatter, and I don't know if maybe that threw people off because it's like, oh shit, yeah, fuck. By the way. Just an embarrassing all-around performance from the boys today, and it's really infuriating because the club is just going downhill badly. We aren't what we used to be, and yes, we should accept that. We should accept that the rebuild is coming. Accept that it might take us 3 to 4 years. Accept that we need to accept that now while it's still early. I just really, really hope and pray that the Glazers give Ten Hag reign, dude. They need to give him the ability to say no to that player, no to that player. Can I have that player? And then they give him that player. You know, and also interesting, what happens with Donny van de Beek when Donny van de Beek comes through? When Donny comes back, does Bruno get benched? We have to see. I guess we'll see. Anyway, let me leave you all to the rest of y'all's evening. Please do have a fantastic rest of your Saturday evening. If you're a Man United fan, I did send out a little kind of what they call I think a reformance form. I think it was called, but it's a little funny little thing there. If you want to make a transfer and go support a better club, I'll never leave this club. Heart and soul. My blood is red, pun intended. But yeah, no, not going anywhere anytime soon. Otherwise, everyone, keep it easy like a Sunday morning. Deuce.